And thank you everyone for joining today's webinar, the New Look Sugar from CRM to CX. As Jesse said in the way of introductions, joined with me is Morgan Sadowski. She is a solution consultant at SugarCRM. She has a few years of marketing automation experience working with Sales Fusion, and she has come over to join the SugarCRM team in the recent acquisition. And my name is Caleb Daig. I'm an account executive with Fay Business Systems Group. I've been here about 4 years, been working with CRM for about 6 to 8 years, and also marketing automation in that same time. In the way of an agenda for today's call, just going to give a little background on Fay Business Systems Group, so why we think we have the right to speak with you today on sugar. Sugar in the news. So sugar has been all over the news the last couple months. I'm just going to recap some of the news articles from the last few months with sugar. We're going to talk about what is CollabSpot, what is Sales Fusion. We're going to talk about CRM, so moving from the traditional CRM to CX, or customer experience. And then CX, we're going to show customer experience with sugar and some of the latest acquisitions with CollabSpot and Sales Fusion, and show a complete platform that Morgan and I are going to walk through today. Okay, and as I go through this, as Jesse said, we definitely encourage any questions from the audience. Just put those in the chat box, and Jesse will get to them when he sees them. Okay, so some background on Fay Business Systems Group. So we have about 25 plus years of experience. We have over 400 clients today. We are a SugarCRM Elite Partner, which is held in the highest regard of Sugar partners. Why we think we are an Elite Partner is, a couple of reasons. Sugar is the only CRM that we work with and that we support. We've been working with Sugar for about 8 or 9 years. We actually worked with all the CRMs back then and decided to drop all of them and just work exclusively with Sugar, because we like the direction the company was going and how easy it is to work with and how we can do anything with it. We also have all of our programming and support team located here in the US. So we don't outsource any of our development or programming work outside of the country. Our headquarters is in Southern California, but we do have offices across the country, in Austin, Texas, and Atlanta, and I am just outside of Philadelphia. So we do have a focus on CRM, and we've done hundreds of successful CRM implementations, but we do have some other sides of the business that focus on different accounting packages, ERP packages like Sage for one. We work with many other project management solutions, and we've built many integrations from Sugar to many of these other solutions. Here is just a slide that talks about all of our different Sugar integrations and enhancements. One of the reasons, again, why we think, we're an Elite Partner. Some of these integrations of note would be our QuickBooks integration, which is a very popular integration in the Sugar ecosystem. Our Sage 100 integration, Acumatica, the cloud ERP, is a new integration that we just released a couple weeks ago. Authorize.net, so you can take payments directly within the CRM. We've also built some products on top of Sugar. So some of our latest would be our Sugar messaging product. So we've partnered with a company called Ytel, which actually allows us to send text messages directly within SugarCRM. So we can send out one-off texts, we can send group messages to a specific segment that you've created, and you can also build workflows and send out text based on something happening within Sugar, or based on maybe reminders. So tons of use cases for that. And we've also enhanced the Sugar mobile app. So we've taken the Sugar mobile app that comes with the licenses, and we've added a few features such as geo mapping and the check-in feature and a few others. If there are any integrations on this page that you are interested, feel free to reach back out to us. Okay. So Sugar in the news. So it's been a very exciting last few months with SugarCRM. So as a partner, I attended the Sugar sales kickoff in Monterey, California back in February, where Sugar appointed Craig Charleston as the new CEO of the company. Very exciting news there. Shortly after that, in March, Sugar acquired CollabSpot, which is an integration between Sugar and Gmail, which I've sold for many years here with Fay BSG. So it's pretty exciting to see Sugar acquire them. In April, Sugar said hello to Sugar 9. So kind of a milestone to come out with a new version like that. So Sugar 9 has a lot of great new features included in it. And most recently, and I think most exciting in my opinion, would be last month when Sugar acquired Sales Fusion. So Sales Fusion is a leading marketing automation company based in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So some background on these acquisitions. So what is CollabSpot? So CollabSpot is Gmail perfectly integrated with Sugar. So it actually gives you access to Sugar 100% within Gmail. As a sales rep and as any user of a CRM, you're constantly working within your email application. If it is Gmail, you actually have access to Sugar directly within Gmail within this panel, which you can see on the right. It simplifies data entry, so you can actually create accounts, create leads, contacts, log phone calls, log cases directly within Gmail without even having to open up your CRM. It also empowers sales reps, so you can actually create automated templates to get sent out. You can set up reminders to follow up with someone if they didn't respond back to your email within X amount of days or X amount of hours. So it really makes it very easy for users of a CRM to work 100% within their email service provider like Gmail to go about their normal day's work. Okay. Next is Sales Fusion. So Sales Fusion is an all-you-need marketing automation solution. I love this graphic here because it kind of walks you through the process of leads that are coming into your system and how you're working them and how they make their way over to sales. And Morgan's going to go through this a little bit more on the demo when I pass it over to her. But all the features here are mentioned within Sales Fusion. So you can track web activities. So you can identify visitors that are on your website by cookieing them. You can convert those website visitors into actual leads by putting forms and landing pages on your website that are very easy to create. You can create very easy email campaigns with a drag and drop interface within Sales Fusion. You can create these nurtures where you can, send out an email on a Tuesday, and if someone does not open that email by the following Tuesday, maybe send them a secondary email with a different subject line. Just one example. Sales Fusion does integrate seamlessly with SugarCRM, so all of the data that you are creating and generating within the Sales Fusion, the marketing automation platform, is actually pushed into Sugar for sales reps to see. And Sales Fusion does scoring, so you can take all of these actions that you're generating with Sales Fusion and you can assign point values to them. So you're actually handing leads to sales reps at the right time, right in their inbox. They get handed over to the sales reps. Okay, so Morgan's going to go through this in a bit more detail once we get on to her portion. I did want to talk about just some compelling statistics of marketing automation before going on. So companies excelling in lead nurture generate 50% more sales-ready leads at 33% lower cost. Businesses using marketing automation to nurture prospect experience 451% increase in qualified leads. Nurtured leads result in 20% more opportunity conversions than non-nurtured leads. And the average ROI for CRM and marketing automation implementations is $8.71 for every dollar spent. And so I think these are pretty compelling. I've worked in the marketing automation space and CRM space for about 8 years now, and I've always had a marketing automation platform at my disposal as a sales rep, and I can't say enough about how important it is to have this. It really does help you to generate more leads and bridge that gap between marketing and sales so that marketing is keeping sales happy with sales qualified leads. Okay. So CRM to CX. So this is the headline of our webinar today. So I did a little research and I looked back at how CRM started, and back in the 80s it was kind of a Rolodex. People just kind of kept names and accounts and opportunities and on pen and paper. In the 90s, it kind of became CRM, and the name CRM, customer relationship management, kind of stuck. And one definition, there's tons of definitions out there, but one definition that I found is that CRM is the technology for managing a company's relationships and interactions with customers and potential customers. Okay, so this is what kind of CRM has meant historically, and today there's probably hundreds of CRM providers out there that provide very similar things. But with the recent acquisitions and Sugar in the news over the last couple of months, it's very clear that Sugar is working to move to this, to present and provide a more entire customer experience. So one of the definitions that I found is customer experience is how customers perceive their interactions with your company. So what Sugar is trying to do is provide their clients with a great customer experience and provide their clients with a product that can deliver great customer experience to their clients. So when you think about it, before you even talk to a lead, the customer experience starts. So you're looking to find new people, you're looking to generate demand. And really that's where Sales Fusion comes in. So Sales Fusion with that recent acquisition kind of fits, the starting point here. Okay, and we will come back to it. Now, Sales Fusion excites people and gets you to sell to known people. So turning those website visitor hits into actual known leads for salespeople to speak to. And then when they become qualified enough, Sales Fusion sends those leads over to Sugar for sales reps to work, to manage their pipeline. Sugar acquired CollabSpot, so CollabSpot makes it very easy for sales reps and users to respond to emails, to update, their records within a CRM, to really stay on top of their opportunities and stay on top of their prospects. Okay, so once you sell the deal within Sugar, it's really important to create the usage and create adoption for your product or service, and all of that can be managed within Sugar as well. And lastly, you want to keep your companies happy. So Sugar does have the support piece where you can manage cases and issues and tickets to make sure that your customers are happy. And then this, again, it all goes back to exciting and selling to known people. So using Sales Fusion once again to cross-sell and upsell your clients into, other products or services that you might have to offer. Okay, so, I think this is a great segue into the demo portion of today's webinar. So I'm actually going to pass it over to Morgan to kind of walk through the Sales Fusion piece of this and how you can generate demand and where then we push those leads into Sugar, and I'll take over from there. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Morgan, I'm going to pass the control over to you.
While you stop, Caleb, there was just one question on CollabSpot. They're wondering if it works with Office 365 as well.
So it does not today, but there are plans for Sugar to release an integration for Office 365 in the future.
Okay, good. I'm glad I asked because I thought that it did and I incorrectly answered that. So I'm glad I checked with you. Thank you.
Of course, there is the Sugar integration today with Outlook, but with CollabSpot itself, that would be something coming down in the future.
Okay, great.
Perfect. So just to kind of recap what Caleb said earlier, so Sales Fusion is going to give you, marketer, all the tools you need to create professional campaigns that are going to drive engagement, nurtures to deliver the right message at the right time, and then capture leads with forms and track their digital journey to learn where they're interacting and converting on the website, and then use that data to learn what's working and what's not. And with our email builders, all of our builder tools are going to be mobile responsive. You can create different kinds of emails, like standard text only. The platform allows A/B testing capabilities. And then I'll go into later the email templates that marketing can create that the sales team can utilize inside of Sugar with the integration. And then you can see emails have global styles. There's different components, everything that the marketer is really going to need to give it the look and feel of the brand. You have social components you can drag in. You can drag in images and captions, buttons, and all of this is customizable inside of the designer. All of our builder tools are really designed so no matter what your experience is with marketing automation, that you can easily use the tool regardless across the entire organization. This is the form builder, so where you can drag in different form fields, whatever information is meaningful to you that you want to capture from a lead. There's single line text, multi-line text, you have drop-down menus, checkboxes, sliders, so forms can also be used to create surveys to send out. All of this, again, is going to be drag and drop. And then with that native integration to Sugar, you can have fields mapped back over to the CRM. So you would just toggle out and search for the field that you want to have mapped. And from there, we will capture the data and then sync it in real time. Landing pages again, very customizable, drag and drop functionality. We do give the ability to build things out with code. Most of our clients use the drag and drop functionality. You can drag in buttons and forms that you've created. You have images, videos. You can even drag in code blocks. So again, very customizable. But one important piece of the integration are the workflows that you can create with Sales Fusion. So for example, with forms, once your form's created, you can have different form actions and field submission rules. So for example, if you want to have a rule where if the lead source is equal to webinar, from there you can have different actions occur. So if the lead source is webinar, maybe you want it to add a task inside of Sugar, maybe create an opportunity for the sales team, add them to a distribution list or nurture, maybe even remove them from nurture, send an email following up, alert a specific user or alert a role, also assigned to a user inside of Sugar as well. So very customizable, which you'll see with the nurture workflow as well. You can have as many or as little field submission rules and actions as you want. Lead scoring profiles. So lead scoring, what Caleb mentioned, Sales Fusion gives you really robust lead scoring capabilities. And again, you can customize the workflows for those to put quality leads in front of your sales team and streamline that process. And then here you can have lead scores mapped back to Sugar. You can have account scores. So account-based marketing is a really big topic in the marketing field. And then score with web activity, maybe only new web activity, and set up these different thresholds across web activity, email campaigns, forms, and pages. But here we have an example of a marketing qualified lead. So after sales and marketing have worked together to decide what actions a prospect needs to take that makes them qualified, they'll reach a threshold. So here, when someone reaches a scoring threshold of 75, we have different profile scoring actions that can take place. So you can add them to nurtures. We have them pushing over to Sugar, and then it also sends a score alert to the sales team with a hot lead notification. So as I mentioned, with the forms and lead scoring profiles, as well as the nurtures, these workflows are very customizable, whatever is going to make sense for your business. This is the nurture designer. These can be, again, as simple or as complex as you'd like. I like to show both of these examples just to show how customized you really can make nurtures. There's different steps that you can include, though. You have conditional steps, marketing actions. You can have, again, actions in Sugar, like adding tasks and opportunity for the sales team, updating a contact or a lead record, maybe alerting the owner of that lead record, or notifying a specific role or group as well. So here you'll see that we have an email being sent out with Email Builder, and then we ask if the recipient clicks on any link within 3 days. If yes, it notifies the owner of that lead record with a hot lead notification, and then also creates a task for them in Sugar for them to follow up. And if no, they didn't click on the link, then they can jump to a different nurture campaign. And of course, you'll want to know what's working and what's not. So our global dashboard, it's the first thing that you see when you do log into Sales Fusion. And this is where you get a high-level look of all your marketing activities. So it's a quick pulse check for marketing. You can see marketing and sales performance. You have email campaign performance overview, a deliverability overview. With deliverability, Sales Fusion has an in-house team that's going to monitor your deliverability, but we also do a one-time email validation scrub for free during onboarding. And then web page views, we're going to be able to track engagement across the website. We place a tracking script at the header and footer and cookie individuals that come to the site. Forms completed overview. We'll be able to use UTM parameters you can set up with Google Analytics for secondary tracking, so you can see how leads are coming into your website. There's an events module that also comes with the platform where you can track registrants, attendees, and handle the cadences for those emails, post and pre-show. And then we also have an integration with GoToWebinar and WebEx. And then lastly, this is marketing qualified accounts, lead scoring on the account level, where you can see which accounts are actually scoring up, even drill into those accounts if you want to know what leads on those accounts have had recent activity. But all of this information with tracking leads. So I'm going to take you to a contact card. And Sales Fusion is built on a relational database, and it allows us to have light CRM functionality, which is why we're able to have that native integration with Sugar. And on a contact card, we have standard fields, custom fields, the scoring summary. There's full visibility into the buyer's journey. And we sync all standard and custom fields as well with the Sugar integration. And it's going to evaluate off of the leads, accounts, opportunities, and contact modules. So this information that you see, the buyer's journey, it's the same information that your sales team would have access to inside of Sugar. So here you can see Sales Fusion lives natively on the record. And when you drill into the Sales Fusion tab, excuse me, I gotta refresh my page. But when you drill into the Sales Fusion tab, it's going to pull up the Sales Fusion window, or what we refer to as the iframe. And the iframe is going to give the sales team full visibility into the buyer's journey in a scoring summary. So they can see how marketing's been communicating with a prospect, how that prospect has been engaging on the website or through email campaigns, form completions, whatever it might be. They can also see any lists someone might be associated with, as well as any nurtures they're tied to. Marketing can also give them the ability to add people to lists. They can easily remove people from lists. So maybe someone says, take me off your list. They can go and check and then remove them if needed. They can also see any opportunities that might be associated with that account or that contact. But marketing can also create email templates. So what I mentioned earlier with designing email templates the sales team can use, marketing can create those templates, and the sales team can leverage those templates in these one-off emails. And they can be text-only emails, but they can also be these real nice professional-looking templates. So just a great way to control the messaging, align the two teams, but also give sales the ability to leverage marketing content when they're reaching out. And me as a salesperson, every day I use the buyer's journey and the scoring summary when I want to know why a lead is in front of me, what makes them qualified. This is a great way to get insight around that, and then really use what I know about that lead to tailor my conversation when I'm reaching out. Caleb, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Morgan. Yeah, that was a great overview of Sales Fusion there. So just based on the entire customer experience that we kind of walked through earlier, I'm just going to share my screen again. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to take over. For some reason, I'm not having the ability to share my screen again. Give me 1 moment.
There you go, Caleb.
There we go. Thank you, Jesse. So yeah, just looking back to this entire customer experience. So Morgan kind of walked through, how you find new people, how you get them excited to sell to those known people. And then from that point, when marketing qualifies those leads, they get pushed over into the CRM for sales to work. So that's kind of the piece that I'm just going to work through real quick. So here's Andrew. Here's that lead that that Morgan was looking at within her instance there of Sugar. So I'm going to pretend that lead was converted into a contact, and we've actually created an opportunity for this contact. So within Sugar here is where we would work through the sales cycle to sell to this contact. So with this contact, you can see we have an opportunity down here, the Sales Fusion opportunity. Going to open up the opportunity, and this is, of course, where we track things such as the close date, the dollar amount, the different sales stages, probabilities, where we would log our calls and our meetings opposed to this opportunity. Now you can track the sales process within this opportunity by using this customer journey plugin within Sugar. So this is a very easy visual way to kind of track your opportunities through the sales cycle. So you might have 8 to 10 steps, and at each of those 8 to 10 steps, you might have different milestones or tasks that you have to complete to kind of move that opportunity along to move it to the next stage. So you can kind of visually see this laid out, how we have received this customer specification. We're going to move on to the value prop. Stage 5, we're gonna book that presentation. Okay, so working through this process on one single opportunity, very easy to do within Sugar, but we can also manage our opportunities within a simple list view or within a report. This is a quick list view of all of my opportunities that I have in my pipeline to close by next month. And again, with the list view in Sugar, you can kind of move these fields around. You can kind of track in order of what deals are going to close next month. So real quick and easy way to see what's in your pipeline with a list view. Now, again, this is all within Sugar, but there's a lot of sales reps out there that might be kind of hesitant to log into a CRM every time and work off of a list view and update records, and they're always pretty used to working within an Outlook or working within Gmail. So with that recent acquisition of Sugar acquiring CollabSpot, there is this integration now between Sugar and Gmail. So this is a demo instance of Gmail that I'm using, and on the right, this is a CollabSpot plugin where you actually get a look into all of the data that you have within Sugar directly within Outlook. Okay, so I can click on opportunities here, and I can see a list, that filter that I've created of all of the opportunities for next month. Here's that Sales Fusion opportunity. Maybe I want to edit that. I can actually do all of this directly within Gmail. Maybe I want to change this close date and I want to move it out to August. I can update that and I can save that record. Okay. So go back to the home button here. You will actually be able to see all of the accounts that you've been working with. Any of these filters that you created within Sugar, you'll be able to see them here within within Gmail. You can also, of course, send emails out of Gmail, and it makes it really easy to enter data. So maybe I wanted to add Jesse, wanted to send an email to Jesse. Well, on the right, it's telling me that Jesse doesn't exist within my CRM. Very quickly and easily, I can create Jesse as a contact or as a lead, put in his title, I can put in his address, hit the checkbox, and now Jesse is a lead within my system. And when I send him an email, I can relate this email to his record, so that way when I bring up his record, I can see all of his activities here. Okay, so that would just be an email to someone that didn't exist, but maybe I wanted to send an email to, Andrew here. So this is a guy we were working off of in our instance. Now here's Andrew. Maybe I can see all of his details here. I can see that we've sent him some emails in the past and we called him. Here's that opportunity. Maybe I want to send an email to Andrew. I can quickly click on his email address. I can type in my subject and my body. I can relate this email to Andrew's account record. I can relate it to an opportunity, to a case, to his contact record, select that email, and I can send this out. Now, CollabSpot does give you the ability to set reminders. So maybe, in 2 days, if Andrew doesn't respond back to my email, we're going to send an email back to the sales rep to remind him about it. Okay, so it's doing the thinking for me. Sometimes I forget those things, and now CollabSpot's going to remind me within 2 days. I can hit this eyeball here, and this is going to track the email. So it's going to actually tell me when Andrew opens or clicks on a link within this email. Okay, and I can set up templates. So if you do a lot of heavy prospecting, maybe you have a check-in email or a prospecting email here, you can just drop that template into CollabSpot, and it will send out this email. Okay, so a lot you can do, again, directly here within CollabSpot, directly within Gmail. You can see all of your active reminders, your upcoming reminders. There is a portal that comes with these licenses of CollabSpot, so you can actually track all of the emails that you've sent, how many have been opened, how many were replied to, who your top contacts are, how many contacts you've entered into the CRM. I've entered one, which was Jesse today. Okay, so again, this makes it really easy for sales reps, support reps to really respond to emails, make sure that they're all tracked, and it's great for, again, setting reminders, tracking opens and clicks, and setting up templates as well. Okay. So back to this opportunity that we were just working, maybe this opportunity closed out and we closed this opportunity to closed one. Now that customer journey process actually also does allow you to manage, potentially an onboarding process. So I have a customer journey here to manage the onboarding process of doing a kickoff call, performing the kickoff call, setting up the system, having the client sign off on it, doing your training, and then going live. Okay, so you can manage every aspect of onboarding within this customer journey. Okay, and after the customer is onboarded, after they're a happy customer, some companies might have some issues here and there. So Sugar does have the ability to manage issues and tickets with its support modules. So there is a cases module and bugs module and knowledge base where you can manage, tickets. So here's just a quick queue of your cases where you can then filter further on statuses. And from this list view, we can easily update these. Maybe this was a duplicate and I want to change it to that and get it off of my list. I can quickly and easily change that here within this list view. Okay, and if I open up one of these tickets like this warning message, this is going to allow me to track different types of my cases and statuses, and down here below is where we can log our meetings and our notes and our calls related to this case. Okay, and these cases can get created many different ways, potentially through email, through the customer service portal that comes with the enterprise edition of Sugar, and also through Twitter as well. And you can set up SLAs to manage these cases with the Sugar workflow. Okay, so entire customer experience, of course, you want to see dashboards and reports of all of the activity. So home dashboard within Sugar where you can display sales data like what's in the pipeline, or what you've closed this month, leads by status. All these reports are clickable off the home page here, so you can click into those opportunities in the qualification stage and see them. You can have different dashboards, so you might have one for the VP of support, where the VP of support might see the open cases by user by status or by priority by user. And again, these are all customizable, where you can move them around into whatever order that you want to see them in. Okay, so that, if I just go back to the PowerPoint slide here, that kind of walks through the entire customer experience of, working within Sales Fusion to find new people, to turn those into actual leads, to get them excited, to hand those leads over to your sales reps to work them within Sugar and within CollabSpot. And then this arrow back here, Sales Fusion does give you the ability to upsell and cross-sell your existing customers for new products or new services. So Morgan showed the Nurture Designer, where you can send out those emails based on specific time periods. So again, great way to keep your clients engaged and try to upsell them, cross-sell them to new products and new services. Okay. So that's the entire customer service. And now back, kind of back to this piece within Sales Fusion, there's the reporting, the ROI and trends. And I wanted to end on this because I think it's probably the coolest part about Sales Fusion is the BI tool that comes with it, where you can take all the data that's within Sales Fusion and you can see all of these different reports and dashboards that are available to you. So to wrap things up, I'm actually just going to give Morgan the control again, and she's going to just touch on the BI tool now within Sales Fusion.
Yep, thank you. So Yep, the Advanced Analytics module, I'm trying to share my screen, give me 1 second, but it's going to allow you to know what's working and what's not. It's a powerful BI reporting module. It's included with every package, and users can leverage actionable data to streamline their marketing process with these easy to filter bird's eye view analytics. Caleb, can you just confirm I'm sharing the screen?
Yes, yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah, perfect. So this is a dashboard that's already been created. These are customizable, so whatever's going to be important to you, but this is just to show you the types of reports you can pull and visualizations you can pick from. You have the email campaign performance, bar graphs, form and landing page performance, line graphs, pie graphs, conversion rates, landing page completion comparison, database overview. So another thing that you can use advanced analytics for is to create different segments. So creating those segments and really getting targeted with your messaging. There's heat maps, so maybe if you want to send a campaign to everybody in the state of Texas, you can certainly use that to generate a list that way. Database by industry, and then pipeline performance. With that integration with Sugar, it'll pull in data from the CRM, and you can report on things as they pertain to the pipeline, like opportunity amount by stage. Again, you can use this to create a list. Maybe you want to send an email to all your prospects that are in a certain stage of the pipeline. You can certainly do that. Pipeline by sales rep. So you can see there's a lot of types of reports you can pull, and then you can download these reports, PDFs, CSVs. You get unlimited users, so you can send these reports to anyone. You can also schedule these reports to go out. So if you need to send a report out to your manager for campaign performance at the end of each week, or maybe once a month, you can certainly set that delivery schedule up here. Choose how you want the data to be formatted, the visualization you want it to be sent as. And as far as building out these reports, is very easy. I myself don't like building reports, but I don't mind building them out with our advanced analytics because it is so simple, and it's as easy as drag and drop, point and click. And of course, depending on what you're wanting to measure, there's campaign performance, and we'll give you all the fields that you can search for, dimensions, your measures, and you would just click these different filters in. It has visualizations to pick from. It'll give you a preview of that. And then you would just run the report or save it to your dashboard, send to somebody, schedule it to go out, or download it.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Morgan, for showing that. Again, I think that's probably the coolest part of Sales Fusion, kind of brings everything together. So I think with that, that kind of wraps up, the webinar today.